did well in declaring a state of emergency. And that state of emergency, I want to praise President Goodluck Jonathan for doing that.
Yes.
Because that is what he should have done from the beginning. When people start bombing churches and all that, you simply know that they are criminals. They are not fighting for anything.
That was it boiled down to the same issue. Was it President Goodluck that asked those people to go and start bombing?
No, when crimes are committed in society, nobody ask anybody to do it.
Yes.
But they are enforced.
There are two sides of the coin here. Let's wait. You're talking about the leaders. He's talking about the followers. There are responsibilities on both sides.
Yes.
Are the two people keeping their own side?
No, what
the
I'm saying,
responsibility of the leader is to give direction.
what I'm even saying is that the leadership itself have taken over everything. That the followers do not even have anything to say.
In what sense? In what sense?
Today, the president of this country, I'm not, like I keep saying, I'm not talking about this regime. This has been a complete manipulation from the military.
Okay.
The presidency of this state appoints even up to university vice chancellor, a person he does not even know, because of recommendation.
Based on
now. Yes. What I'm saying is
that it can be everywhere at the same time.
That is what I'm saying. We need to run fiscal federalism. We need to run true federalism. We need to have state police. We need to. There are too many things that are wrong with it.
Whether you run through federalism or not, you still need to have the leader and the followers.
But what I'm saying about this thing that I think we need to get clear here is that the leadership. Why do we have leadership in the first place? If it was the responsibility of followers to do things. But what I'm saying is that the responsibility of the leader
is to give guidelines.
No, not only that one. The responsibility of the leader is sacred.
Yes.
It's a sacred responsibility.
The leadership is there to give guidelines on what to do. Then it's now left for the followers to follow.
So are you not saying that the Nigerian the populace they fail to follow the
That's what I'm saying, that there is a lot of unpatriotic behaviors on the part of the followers. We are not patriotic. We are not nationalistic. We don't cooperate with the government in power. We only sit down and look for blames to blame the... Okay, when President Obasanjo was gunning for the third term, we all shouted him down and said, no. Now we had Yorada, and now we have Jonathan. Yes, we are still complaining. That's the question. Have we played our own role as followers?
No, but I think you need to explain to us what role did you really want the citizens to play in the circumstance in which this country has found itself. Because we are talking about corruption. We are talking about the current state of insecurity and terrorism.
The government is doing its best to fight corruption. We have the EFCC. They are in place. We have the ICPC. It's not as if the government is folding its hands and watching.
Okay, take the scenario in Rivers,
for instance. Keep looting the money.
Yes. Is it the government that is asking people to go and loot the treasury? Is it the government that is asking people to steal public funds?
Do you loot treasury without government support?
In what sense?
I don't understand.
No, how do government support?
Have you looted treasury before?
No, I'm asking
have you looted treasury?
The government support? I have not looted because I'm patriotic enough to know that I shouldn't do that.
And even if you become a leader, you will not loot.
I will not loot, yes. But
why?
Those that are looting, is there any government...
Told you he's patriotic.
Is there any government policy that is in place that encourages people to loot? That's the question I'm asking you. Is there any government policy in place today that encourages people to loot? Taking into consideration that we have EFCC to checkmate...
For instance, with all due respect,
there are sufficient checks and balances in place to discourage people from looting, corruption and all those vices.
That is not correct. Let me tell you why it's not correct.
Why is it not correct?
Now, if you like, you steal the entire budget of this year. The citizens of this country can have no power or right to carry stick or gun and gun you down. The government of this country have a responsibility to arrest those that have done that thing and prosecute them.
Which
excuse me.
FCC is doing.
Wait, doing what? No, I'm not saying the FCC.
That's what they are doing.
You listen to me. We are talking about leadership.
We have the police.
If the FCC,
all the agencies that are charged with responsibility to tackle all these issues.
What happened to Nuhu Ribadu? What happened to the other woman, Farida Waziri? What happened? Government interference. That's why we are telling you that once you do not have a sincere leadership, we are not talking about that we don't have leadership or the followers do not have a role to play. But what I'm telling you is that when the followers are shortchanged,
In what sense?
in so many sense,
Like,
number one, it is the responsibility of the Attorney General of the Federation to prosecute a criminal.
Which he's doing.
How many of them? What about the Halliburton case? Is it being prosecuted?
Well,
Don't forget, a lot of these people have been convicted abroad. Are they doing it? What about the pension thief? Until the people started to cry. The citizens have done their own. When the pension thief was given a life sentence,
the citizens have done
yes,
their own. Do you agree with that?
they've done their own.
Well,
He may not agree with me, but people were shouting.
To what extent do they agree?
They only,
You agree with me to full extent.
when they feel that they are not satisfied with what has been done, that's when the citizens will now come out to shout and to, when I say protest or make noise.
Satisfied with what?
For instance, in the case of pension thief, he was convicted. Whether the conviction was enough is another thing. Is entirely.
But what I wanted
he was prosecuted, convicted, and sentenced.
But are you not aware as a lawyer that if you pension that those issues surrounding that pension thing could be stealing? It could be fraud. Why did you now decide to charge him under a law that punishment is very minimal?
But that is the law that is in place.
No, but I'm telling you, what about the other law?
The law was not.
No, I think we need to be
honest. The law was not enacted overnight. That law has been in place.
But what I'm saying is that a man who stole a governor's phone was sentenced to 45 years imprisonment.
Under an existing law.
That is what I'm saying.
Under an existing law.
But
the pension thief was also convicted under an existing
law. Was he convicted under?
It wasn't as if the EFCC or the court just enacted that law.
I am not
for the purposes of that pension thief. They acted based on what is in existence.
Now we are discussing about failure of
leadership. Not as if they encouraged him. Whether it was
are you now alluding to the fact that leadership has failed? Because leadership could have had those laws changed.
Exactly, that's one of these. But what I'm even saying is that
whom we are now talking of, whether you are talking of the
we're talking leadership.
What we are even saying is that
leadership across board.
What we are even saying is that there are other laws that have stiffer penalties, and it's the same offense. They have stiffer penalties, but the establishment, the government, the leadership, they want to protect one of their own, and so they put a small and say just pay some fine, don't worry.
But it's not the current leadership that put that enacted that.
We are not talking about leadership as is current. I told you before that Nigeria's problem is not a question of current leadership. I've said that before.
Probably at the time at the time that law was enacted.
No, what I'm saying is that the issue of impunity,
there will be a looking
has been on for a long time.
Hold on. I have this comment from Oseiwe. Oseiwe says, the government is only a small part of the Nigerian people who have wrong values.
The same thing we are saying.
No,
that's what he said.
Yes. No.
That's a faction.
It's a small faction. You need to not tell me.
It's not a failure of leaders.
No, but you wait. Before that comment is okay. I'm not against the comment. But now let me ask you a question. It's only a small fraction. But I want you to tell me, what is the power of government in your life as a Nigerian citizen? You can hardly do anything without the government. You know that. The budget of your country is controlled by the government.
Is that true?
It is the truth.
To some extent. You are always talking to some extent. Okay, please clarify here. To what extent?
Well,
you say it's a small percentage, but a very powerful and decisive percentage.
It depends.
You can't tie any road without government.
It depends on what you mean.
Is it true that let him respond. Let him respond. Is it true that you can't do anything without government?
I don't agree with that. There are certain like we are here now. Do we seek permission of the government to be here?
But you are operating under the license of the government, which they can withdraw without even telling.
That's the only one you can think of.
Well, there are so many examples.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear them, because you're saying to some extent. Let's clarify. Let's see whether we can. Let's let Nigerians, the viewers out there, know that.
Well, it's somehow intertwined. That to some possibly
So
can
then the whole
argue
country
that he can't
the whole country has been
he can do
bastardized.
anything without the government,
Everybody is
because
doing everything.
government regulates most of our
Everything
affairs.
has taken over everywhere.
Government regulates most of
We
our
are
affairs.
just smart,
Except when you are going outside the regulation
So as far as you're within the bounds of the law,
of the law,
you can do things without government.
Of course, once you are within the bounds of the law.
Which law? Is it not the government that is the law?
Oh,
The government makes the law and they change it. Take for example, this
the
is
law is made by the
For instance, the fundamental
Which
human
law?
rights.
No, I'm not talking about-
Let's say, hold on, you're still within the bounds of the fundamental human rights,
fundamental laws of the country.
the fundamental laws of the
Government
country.
is actually
For
supposed
instance,
to be
freedom
under
of
the
speech,
law.
freedom of
But
movement,
in Nigeria
freedom to
today,
live.
is the government under the law?
They're under the law.
Which law?
the law
The one they select to agree to.
All
Look
right.
at River State, for instance.
All right,
They have
gentlemen,
removed police from the speaker.
All right, gentlemen.
Everybody is shouting. The governor is afraid.
Mr. Wyfor and Mr. Onyewuzo, we have to
We need to be honest with
Mr.
ourselves.
Onyewuzo, it appears you allowed Wyfor to floor you here. But let's see.
Well,
At this point in time, we'll have to go, but you have like 10 seconds each to give your closing statements. 10 seconds.
Well, for me, I believe that the president of this country presently is now beginning to see that he needs to be the president. And he needs to know that this country overwhelmingly voted for him. President Jonathan's election was more widely accepted than even Obasanjo.
Remember, you said you're not talking about the president.
No. That what I'm saying is that I'm not trying to advise the government now. The president needs to sit down and exercise his authority
Okay, thank you.
and solve the problems of this country.
Thank you.
It's a leadership problem.
The problem with this country is a collective responsibility of the entire citizen, not just the government, not just the executive or the legislature. It's a collective thing. We all must sit down and discuss and chart a way forward.
All right. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you for coming on the program. Hannibal Y4, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you so much.
And Joe Onyewuzo, thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you.
And for you other, let's see if we can take about 2 tweets before we go. Bomboy again says, Barrister Joe, the followership cannot bring about a law and force its implementation, its leadership only. Sadiq says, if the gentleman on your left, on my left, wants us to follow these leaders with no zero tolerance to corruption, it sounds unpatriotic. Al-Khali Maman says, failure of leadership, there is no government policies encouraging corruption, but there are activities that encourage it. Emmanuel Lugo says, everyone has a role to shape a better Nigeria, be you a leader, and even if you are a follower. I share it 60-40. Olushola Mayawa says, it's just a problem of leadership and followership. Freddie Esenwa says, Nigeria is a failed state with leaders who need clarity, hence we are where we are. Isaac Khanum says, without good leadership, there'll never be good followership. That's at Face Off today. Let's see at Neotech, but just quickly, time is up. Big signal to wind up. Okay, thank you so much for letting us be a part of your evening. So we'll bring you another edition of the program. Probably we might still stay on this topic. I'm not promising anything. We'll see you same time next week. Good night.